"It certainly is a fine morning," said Mrs. McGregor, the Aldens housekeeper. She opened the kitchen window to set a cooling pie on the windowsill. The room was bright with sunshine. A small radio on the counter played music. "Yes, indeed," said Grandfather. He drank the last of his coffee and set his mug in the sink. His 4 grandchildren finished their orange juice and began clearing the breakfast table. There was a pleasant clattering of cereal bowls, spoons, and plates. "I have business in Northport for the next few days," he said. Though it was summer, Grandfather wore a button-down shirt and a tie. His suit jacket matched his navy blue slacks. "You look handsome, Grandfather," Jessie said. He smiled. "Thank you, Jessie. Do you children need a ride anywhere before I head out?" he asked. "No, thank you, Grandfather," said 14-year-old Henry. "We're walking to town for my magic lesson." "Oh, that's right," said Grandfather. "You've been hard at work all summer, and the show is this weekend. I can't wait to see the tricks you've learned."
"Me either,"
said Benny. He was 6. He peeked under the table where their wire-haired terrier waited with a wagging tail. Benny snuck him a crust of toast.
"Good boy, Watch,"
he said.
"Want to go for a walk?"
Watch jumped and wiggled in a happy circle as Violet went to the back door for his leash. Violet was 10 and had used purple ribbons to tie her pigtails today.
"Here you go, Watch,"
she said, clipping the leash to his collar.
"Ready?"
she called to the others. Her older sister Jessie was wiping the table with a cloth.
"Almost done,"
she said.
"Mrs. McGregor, do you need anything from the market? We'll be going that way."
Jessie was 12 and liked to help with the cooking and meal planning. "No, dear, but thank you," said Mrs. McGregor. The Alden children were orphans. When their parents died, they learned they had to live with their grandfather they had never met, James Alden. The children heard he was mean, so they ran away to the woods, where they hid in an old boxcar. They made friends with a stray dog and named him Watch. Soon their grandfather found them, and it turned out he wasn't mean at all. He was kind and loving, and he loved their dog, too. He brought them to his home in Greenfield, Connecticut, to live as a family. As a special surprise, Grandfather arranged for the boxcar to be brought to his backyard so the children could use it for a clubhouse. Grandfather's home was a few blocks from town. Shade trees lined the sidewalks. Watch trotted ahead of the children as they walked to the Greenfield Magic Shop. A barrel of bright flowers was out front. Next to it stood a life-size cardboard figure of a famous magician, the amazing Arthur. He was well known throughout the state.
Violet said, "Wow, Henry, you're lucky to take lessons from the amazing Arthur. That's a funny name, though. Do you know his real one?"
"I asked him once," replied Henry, "but he wouldn't tell me. He said he likes to be mysterious."
While the children lingered under a tree, Benny pointed to a sign in the window. He was learning to read and liked to practice every chance he got.
"No dogs allowed,"
he read, though he had memorized these words weeks ago. He tied Watch's leash to a tree.
"Good boy,"
said Benny.
"We'll be back soon, just like last time."
Watch gave one wag of his tail, then curled up in the shade. He rested his head on his paw. As his name suggested, he watched the children go inside. A little bell jingled over the door. Jessie took a deep breath.
"I love coming here," she said. "There's always something new."
"Let's look around," said Henry. "My lesson doesn't start for 10 minutes.
A few customers were in the store. The Alden children wandered the aisles of colorful displays. There were wooden puzzles, magic wands, decks of trick cards, and rubber snakes and mice. There were magnetic rings to wear on your fingers to hide a metal object in your palm. Draped against a wall were costumes for magicians with capes and wigs. Rainbow scarves hung from a rafter.
"Hey, wouldn't these be fun?"
asked Violet. She shook a tray of plastic ice cubes with pretend spiders inside.
"Grandfather would be so surprised when he went looking for ice to make lemonade."
Jessie momentarily felt alarmed when she noticed a spilled glass of grape juice, but when she touched the liquid, she realized it was plastic. She laughed, thinking it would be a good trick to play on someone with a clean white carpet. She ran her fingers through a box of coins and realized they were also plastic.